Hi, this is Brian with mWater. This lesson is going to cover using Manager mode to approve, reject, edit, and delete survey responses via the mWater Surveyor app. This is typically used by field supervisors who may not have access to a good internet connection and a computer while in the field. Manager mode allows field supervisors to do approvals from their mobile device in the mWater Surveyor app and then sync those approvals to the mWater cloud. Okay, let's get started with managing responses via the mWater Surveyor app. The first thing that I'm going to need to do is to activate Manager mode by clicking Settings, Advanced, and check the Manager mode box. Now if I go to the Tasks button, I'll see that there's a new tab at the top called Manage Responses. All the surveys that I'm an approver for will appear in the list. It looks like I'm only approver for one survey, which is mWater Training Participant Survey, and there are 3 pending responses. By clicking on that, I'll see a list of all the pending responses. I can see Boac National School, St. Pierre, and Brian's Training Survey response. By clicking on one of these responses, I can see the survey data, review, and either approve, reject, edit, or delete the response. This first one I'm going to reject. I'm going to say the GPS was not correct. For example, by clicking OK, this will reject the response. If I go to the Rejected tab, I can now see that there's one rejected response that's going to be sent back to the enumerator to correct. Now I'm going to go back to Pending for me, and I'm going to open up St. Pierre. I'm going to review the data and say that this data looks good, so I'm going to approve the response. At the top shows Response Approved. The last pending response, I'm going to click here, and I see an error, and so I'm going to modify the response. Instead of bagel, I'm going to say bread, for example. I'm going to go to the bottom and click Save. This response is now modified. If I need to delete the response, I click Delete and say OK. But be careful, because responses deleted like this cannot be recovered. Now if I go to the Rejected section, I can see the rejected survey, and if I click on All, I can see all the surveys that I've approved, rejected, or are still pending for me. You'll see that the survey response that I deleted is not in the list because it's entirely gone. By going back to Pending for me, I can see that there's no more on the list. That means I'm done for today. But before I close the app, I'm going to click the Home button and sync all the modifications that I've made. This will sync all of your approvals to the mWater cloud. That concludes this lesson. To review, we've covered using the Manager mode to approve surveys in the mWater Surveyor app. This is especially important for field supervisors who need to do approvals but don't have access to a computer or a good internet connection.